Welcome back to MTG Foretold. Today we are doing Azorius Flash, so we are focusing on Flash prison style cards like Aven Interrupter and Aang, Swift Savior, along with High Noon to control how often they can cast spells, as well as Voice of Victory so they can't cast any spells on our turn, along with your typical control-y type things like Seam Rip, Spell Snare, Get Lost, No More Lies, of course. And yeah, I have 3 Avatars Wrath. You could probably argue maybe taking this down and maybe like going to another Get Lost. But ideally, we just want to make sure that there's no chance that our opponent's going to have creatures to stop us from what we need to do, and that we still have one of our own creatures on board. And of course, Enduring Curiosity is going to be our card draw engine, which works really well because, again, it's all flash creatures. Flood Pits Drowner is actually really good in this deck, obviously for flash reasons, but also being able to get rid of those pesky creatures that they got out before we can get our board established. So, pretty basic lands here. Of course, we do have a couple here for High Noon's activated ability, because that 5 damage can definitely do some work if we need to finish off the opponent or just get rid of a really nasty creature that would kill us. But yeah, so this is the deck, pretty simple, and let's get into it. We have Aang, which is nice, and Aven Interrupter. Monument, we don't want to see that, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we just get rid of it now. Case of the Ransacked Lab. Well, that's never going to happen unless he has a way to remove. That's going to be, yeah. Let's get this down, actually, just in case. I think we want to do Aven Interrupter first. We just wait. That's fine. He can draw cards. We'll cast Voice of Victory on our turn. I think we just start the pressure. Then we go into a Voice of Victory. If he counters it, that's fine. He does not counter it. We will attack. And that's fine. And we'll grab a white. Can't cast spells on our turn, so no worries about that. Now at this point, it's just us really keeping pressure on him. Nope. Ooh, a Normalize, that's a good one. I mean, sure. And I think that's GG, right? 2, 4, 6, yeah, that's GG. Alright. I hate not having 3 lands in the hand, but we do have some plays at the very least. But we have to start slow. Wish we had like a... I mean, I guess it's okay. We're on the play, so... Yeah, can get rid of my flood pits. I guess we're going to probably get rid of my enduring curiosity, I assume. Okay. That's actually fine. Alright, let's start getting this down. One spell a turn. Hopefully we can manage that. Deep Cavern Bat. Not a problem. I assume Normalize is gonna go. Yep. Unholy Annex. Ruthless Negotiation. Voice of Victory. Uh-huh. That is actually good. We will take that. And we can get rid of Deep Cavern Bat if we want. Ideally, though, I would like to get a 4th land, so we can actually do stuff. Could have a board wipe. Well, no, he's full black. Okay. Ugh. What's going on? Does he have, huh? Oh, it has to have a stun counter on it. Whoops. That's fine. Okie dokie. Okay, yeah, get rid of my enduring curiosity again. We do have a get lost. That's nice. I think, though, we wait on the opponent's turn, see what he does. Could have a deadly cover-up, maybe. Bloodletter Aquazats. We definitely don't want to deal with that. Well, that's actually a beautiful draw. Seam Rip, perfect. I mean, Strategic Betrayal. Still gonna get us, but that's fine. And a Spell Snare, okay. Let's see what he does. Verdict Core does not do anything. But at the very least, we'll make him spend the mana. Just in case. Okay? Yep, that's GG. Well, we've got early plays at the very least. Opponent does go first. He doesn't drop anything, though, now? Okay. Oh, Spell Snare, though. Well, we can't even use that right now anyway. That's sad. Alright. I think we go for blue. Maybe. Alright. We got a Voice of Victory. I assume they have a Spell Snare, though. Oh. Interesting. Okay. None of that. Looks like it's going to be some sort of a mirror deck. Oh. Rediscover the Way. I have not seen anyone play this card in ages. Interesting. I think what we do is High Noon, hold up a Spell Snare, and hope for the best. Honestly, Rediscover the Way is a pretty good card. Wouldn't mind putting that in a future deck. Yeah, he's got a lot of mana. Probably not gonna be able to Spell Snare anything. Oh. Never mind. Cool. Okay. That's exactly what we wanted. Does he have a way to counter? Yeah, I can't do it now. Oh well. We'll see what happens. See if we can counter them back. We're gonna Spell Snare each other, I guess. Yeah, I guess we just do it, huh? Huh. Well. Probably could have Seam Ripped as well. Maybe I should have done that, but now they have a Restless Anchorage. That's not good. Now they're just gonna be able to poke us until we have something. Don't have any red mana to use High Noon. Okay. They counter this, right? I assume they're gonna counter it, but what else are we gonna do? Huh? Probably a Wrath. I don't have anything, so he can definitely do that. Yep. That's fine. Not much I can do about that. It's not looking too hot right now, that's for sure. And I'm getting the worst cards against this deck, unfortunately. Seam Rip is completely useless. I think we're just pretty much dead in the water here. Yep. Okay. That's a card. See what they do. I mean, all they have to do is Restless Anchorage and Clarion Conqueror constantly. And oh, that's nothing we could do. Honestly. This might be weird, but do we just Aven Interrupter without actually casting anything? They're probably going to counter it, but we'll see what happens. At this point, it doesn't really matter. We need to make some moves happen. Yep. I figured that was going to happen. Now all I have to do is Restless Anchorage into Clarion Conqueror, and we're pretty much dead. We will definitely get rid of that, though. Oh my god, this is so bad. No, it's just... We need to stop this guy from hitting us. Yeah, Seam Rips are dead in the water against this fight. He probably just got Revelation now, I assume. Yeah, we're just getting the worst cards against this deck. Like, holy crap. Horrible. Yeah, this is... We're just done. Not a bad hand. We'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, so... This will actually be really good against them. It's like an aggro deck. Yeah, I definitely want that. Cool but rude, okay. Interesting. Another cool but rude, huh? Alright, let's just see what he does. He'll probably just get rid of the Fanatical Firebrand, which is fine with us. That's fine. And we'll just wait until he pumps something. And we'll just get lost. I mean, you could pump them both, but... Okay. He's gonna tap out. Alright. Raphael, okay. Alright, we got a Get Lost, that's nice. We got 6 mana, huh. I'm not sure I want to get rid of... Actually... Okay, I think what we do is... Spell Snare might be useful, but now he's gonna know we have it, so probably not useful. Alright, let's shuffle him back into the deck and see what he does. Stadium Headliner. No. You can't cast anything else, so... Okay. I mean, I guess that's the thing you can do. It does work. I think we're gonna have to try to just kill him as quickly as possible. Alright, see what he does. Yeah, that's definitely gotta go. Yeah, how about no? Alright, well, they go first. That's never fun, but we do have a Spell Snare, so hopefully that can at least hold us over. Hopefully we get a third land. See what happens. Shocking in a Spell Snare is pretty obvious, though. But we do what we gotta do. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's a good one. Alrighty, let's see. And start casting some stuff, I think. Sally Pride. Yeah, how about no? Day of Judgment. I think we say no to that again, right? Okay. That is fine. Interesting. Reach and trample. I don't think that's enough to kill. Let's just see what they do. I got Enduring Curiosity. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's a little close. Carrot Cake, does that do anything to us? Well, you know what, we can spell snare it. That's fine. If they do a board wipe, we can at least... Yep, actually... Do we care about this? I guess we'll just let them do it. That's fine. Sure, we'll keep that, why not? Let's see what we get. Pretty nice. Let's get rid of that Authority of the Consuls. Because that's not fun. When they cast another big spell, we at the very least have Aven Interrupter. And yeah, we have Flood Pit's Drowner, so... Interesting to see what they do, honestly. They'll probably make a token and then duplicate it, I assume? Yeah, that's... Sorry. That's not gonna happen, though. Yep, and that's GG. Sucks that we don't have a Spell Snare, but... We are on the draw. Maybe we'll get a Spell Snare, and maybe we won't, and now they're gonna have probably... you know what they're gonna have. We all know what they're gonna have. They're gonna have a Badger Mole Cub. Oh, okay. This is fine. Yep, do your thing, yep. Not a problem. Depending on what they do, we may do Flood Pit's Drowner. Yeah, no, we're just gonna get rid of Bursty Bill. We'll take some damage here, that's fine. Aven Interrupter. Next turn, we're gonna have to do Flood Pit's Drowner twice. Unless we get an Avatar's Wrath, which would be very nice off the top. Because we gonna need that. Otherwise, we're dead. That is not what we wanted, but okay. Alright. If they have a snakeskin veil, we're dead. No, not quite dead. We do need a good top deck, though, honestly. Like, we seriously need an Avatar's Wrath that is not Avatar's Wrath, and that is GG. I don't see us coming out of this, because we can get rid of that one. Yeah, this is GG. Well, this is awkward. Banking on getting a blue land. It's risky, but don't really have much of a choice. Okay, well, that worked out. Wouldn't recommend being that greedy, but yeah. Okay. Not doing anything makes me think they probably ran a Holy Annex. Here it is. No? A black deck is trying to win a War of Attrition against us. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know about that one. Very interesting. I mean, we got a lot of plays. So, we seriously gonna do this all day? Unstoppable Slasher. No. Okay, now they're not getting land, so that means they have... Okay. What do we do here? Do we care about this? Okay, nope, they just scoop. Weird hand, but... I can also do that. I guess blue... No, forest, right? No, it's a plains. Are we dealing with an Azorius? Yes, we are. That is indeed what we are dealing with. I think we go for this. It's gonna be this kind of game, isn't it? So my idea is... Actually, you know what? Let's just start trying to get stuff out. Let's see what they do. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, we're tapped out, but that's fine. So I think what we do... I'm feeling a high noon. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fine. You can't cast any other spells, so... Sure. We will just attack. And he will cast another fish. I assume these Flood Pit Drowners are useless anyway against this deck, so that's why I'm just like, whatever. I think we just try to get rid of Authority of the Consuls. Get lost? A treasure token, eh? Huh. Voice of Victory is nice. If they may have just got Revelation though, right? I think we still try to go for it. It's gonna force them to do something. Now they can't cast any spells in our turn. Just great. Love to see it. I think they're just doing this so they don't... Well, they don't know that we have Avid Interrupter. Lightning Helix, eh? I think not. Not a big fan of that one. You can't cast spells my turn, you're hard full control. Hello? Yeah, hello? You can't cast spells in my turn, I have Voice of Victory. Interesting. They're just gonna kill it anyway, so I think we just do this. At this point, we need to be aggressive. It's the only way we're gonna win. Okay. I think we'll wait and see what he does. He's gonna lightning helix anyway for free. Oh, he actually went for Jeskai Revelation? I'm actually really surprised about that. What? That was a big mistake on his part. What? Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'm really surprised he tried to do Jeskai Revelation. What? He didn't have to do that. He could have done Lightning Helix and just, like, controlled me that way. Does he have another one? Are we going to really play this game? I mean, I got a Flood Pit's Drowner. That's fine. Okay. That is a thing you can do. Yeah, if he was a little less aggressive, honestly, he would have more control. Like, I can't believe he actually went for a Jeskai Revelation into that. He's gonna do it again, isn't he? Got another one. He's thinking. Stock up. Okay. Yeah, 3 tap, so he can make another one. So we have 6 mana. Do we just leave everything up and see what he does? I think so. Like, we can be aggressive and try to end the game for sure. But, I don't know, I just have this feeling like we need to do this. And at least Aang is... Well, Aang and the Aven Interrupter are both flyers, so... If he tries to do another Jeskai Revelation, that's actually okay for us. I might actually use Aang and Aven. Huh. Yeah, Fountain Port's really good against in this type of matchup. He's just going to keep holding up things until I do something, essentially. I hate to do it. If he has a lightning helix or anything, it doesn't really matter. He can... But... Okay, I think we just go for it, honestly. It's not my most exciting plan here, but... Yeah, he can cast Jeskai Revelation next turn, and even with no more lives, it won't stop him. So I think we just go for it. Alright, let us do this. Voice of Victory is good. And that still leaves us mana for... Actually, no, this is lethal. Let's just see what he does. I assume he has to get lost and all that fun stuff, you know, all the usual crap. We do have a Spell Snare. Do we fight on this? That's the question. He has 9 mana. Yep, okay, he's doing a Jeskai. That's fine. Actually, I think that's death. Yep, GG. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed those games. You probably noticed I had Yurin Oski not in the beginning of the video. I did add this card and took down Avatar's Wrath to 2. I don't know. I think it's a kind of an interesting card that could be useful depending on if you already have a board established. That could just slow them down just a little bit more. So kind of want to see how that works. We didn't get to see it in the games though, but I think it could be a pretty interesting card in this type of deck. But yeah, I think we had a pretty good run. So we won 6 games out of 8, so that's pretty decent. Can't complain about that. What, 75% win rate, I guess, technically. So yeah, not too bad at all. I think it performed really well. I think there's, you know, adjustments you can make. I know some builds, if they go into more of the prison style, they would do Lightstall Inquisitor, which I don't have right now, so I didn't go that route. And I felt like this was a pretty solid route anyway, because we mainly just wanted to get High Noon. And I think Voice of Victory is a really good card to combine with High Noon. It's pretty brutal, because then they literally are going to cast 1 spell on their turn only. So it's a nice, just prison style taxing on them. And obviously Aang and Aven Interrupter did their work quite a bit. Enduring Curiosity, I think, made a good appearance in 1 game, but other than that, it was mainly Aang, Aven Interrupter, and our Restless Anchorage that was pretty much carrying the games. But yeah, it's a solid deck. You can't go wrong with Azorius, really. I think it's a good spot, a good shell in general for any sort of tempo or control decks. Obviously, you know, we do have some red just for the High Noon, but I don't consider Jeskai just because it's literally just for this. We don't have any Jeskai cards. But you could argue, if you want to splash into Jeskai, you could maybe get rid of, I don't know, like a Seam Rip and maybe replace it with Lightning Helix or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoy the deck. I think it's a solid show you can't go wrong with. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and what kind of cards you'd recommend to add into it, or like what would you edit out of this deck. Alright, and I will see you guys in the next video.